me in our pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is anybody in here as old as I am that remembers when Under God was put in? Yeah, I was probably in the 4th or 5th grade.
Huh.
It was in the 50s, sometime in the 50s, and we had to relearn.
40s?
We had to no, 50s. Had to relearn the pledge. And one nation under God was put in there, so. And nobody complained. All right, well, hey, everybody, nice to see y'all. Matt, you got the lead off, you're the leadoff batter today.
Yeah, I don't have anything other than I did look at this technology consulting and services agreement. I did get the rest of the agreement, and I kind of feel like after looking at it that we should ask them to be a lot more specific about what it is that the service they're going to perform. The way this is worded is really open-ended, so I'll reach out to them and get them to redraft that for the next month's meeting. The only other thing is, because that rezoning petition is up, we do need to just, make note of that and make a public announcement that ultimately that's gonna be heard at the next meeting, so.
Okay,
To the
so,
extent you need my assistance with that.
yeah, so my public announcement with regard to the petition that will be brought to us, and I'm pretty much speaking to people that aren't here in the room, I'm speaking to the public. At that meeting, we will not take public comments here during the meeting. So anyone that would like to make a comment about the petition, we are asking that you either email or mail your written comments to the Board of Commissioners or individually to each one of us. Our email addresses are on the website, as our mailing address, I guess, as far as that goes. So we just want to make the public aware of that we're not going to take public comments at that next meeting, so.
Yeah, I think it's important to note that, that the previous hearing was all videotaped, and the commissioners have the opportunity to obviously review all the evidence that was previously presented, and we'll contemplate that, obviously. They don't need to hear that all over again. But as far as the actual, obviously we're talking about the Emmerich's rezoning from AG to AGP, but the actual, do we know the numbers for purposes of the minutes from the BZ, the proposed ordinance numbers or whatever? Maybe we should just refer to them that way, so.
Does Nathan?
Do you happen to know what they are, Nathan, off the top of your head?
Ordinance number?
Yeah, just so we announce not the ordinance number, but the petition.
Oh, I don't recall which number it is.
Just for purposes of the public. We should probably refer to it specifically.
I show it as 20-W-REZ-4.
So that's in the record now.
Yeah, so that it's.
Refer to that number. Did you get rid of it?
No.
Why don't you just announce one more time?
Okay. The certification for the Emmerich rezoning is 20-W-REZ-4.
So if you're gonna write us an email or a letter, please refer to that so we know for sure which one you're talking about, so. Okay, anything else, Matt?
No.
Mr. Commissioner, do we need to table the technology consulting and services agreement?
Oh, sure.
I'd make a motion, we table that agreement till next meeting.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the table to table the technology consulting and services agreement until the next meeting. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Thank you. Anything else, sir?
Nope.
Okay. Miss Becky,
Hi guys, how are you?
hanging in.
Pretty painless. This is, the second quarter voucher on the first 2020 grant. And then the third quarter voucher will be on the new 2021 grant.
Cause your new year for this started July 1, right?
July 1.
Right, yeah,
So
okay, yeah,
this is for the old one.
okay.
And we were encouraged to take as many of our PMTF funds as possible on the second voucher, as they weren't sure if it would be available later. So you'll notice it's a little bit higher than normal, but that's because of the PMTF funds.
Can you
This
explain
is-
PMPF?
PMTF are our state funds for the NDOT program. We did get, end of last week, they let us know, we weren't sure about those funds for next year, which is a pretty sizable portion. It says $82,000 for us. And we did get the information, and they are cutting us about $11,000 for next year.
Okay,
So a little less than 15% in the PMTF funds for next year. I was going to, one of my questions along with the voucher was if the commissioners were still entertaining adjustments to the budget for next year, as this came very late for me.
to my knowledge, it's in the plan, isn't it?
Thought we had 40,000.
We still,
Yeah.
see the
Well-
plans leaning on my desk, but yeah, we still have you in
Mhm.
the plan.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it's gonna be a challenging year, so,
Okay.
we're up for it, but.
And if I understand right, as of the new contract, you can't charge for service.
We can charge for services, however, those fees, initially we were told that those fees would be deducted from
Oh,
the CARES
okay,
grant, so if we, so we are providing free rides through December,
mhm,
and in January, we will begin with fares again.
okay,
So,
okay,
Unless, things are changing pretty rapidly still,
Sure.
so,
sure.
at this point, so.
Yeah, it may be different next month.
Yeah, it is. One of the things we thought it would be helpful for would be school age kids, and families, to give a little
Mhm.
relief there. And we don't know now though if anybody's really going back to school. I mean, that date keeps
Sure.
moving.
Sure.
So, anyway, we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
But-
You couldn't probably plan on a small bus load to a Cubs game or anything then, you think?
Well, that was in our plans for this year.
Oh, jeez.
I went on one last year with another nonprofit, and it was so much fun. I said, we've got to do this, and so that was on our plans, but I don't think it's going to happen this year.
It looks like there's plenty of room up there.
There's plenty of seats available.
Yeah, you don't have to
so-
worry about the room, do you? Woo, there's some great seats still available.
Yes, exactly. Great
Woo.
seats behind.
Becky, is this just one voucher, or is this more than one that?
This is just one, and so the NDOT 5311 grant funds were 76,619, and the PMTF funds, which were 43,463. Those are the state funds and the federal funds.
Okay. I move that our Commissioner Chair sign this voucher, and Janet can put the right title in.
Can I pass this down?
Okay, we have a motion on the floor.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same side. Fine.
Pardon me?
May I ask a question?
Yeah, yeah.
Because Becky and I were talking before the meeting, and I know you guys always put the funds in there in the plan for her.
Yeah.
But I think you're asking for if they're able to do additional for that lost revenue of 11 or 12,000, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to
Okay.
clarify because her and I didn't know.
Well,
if
that
you
is
guys
good,
added-
because I thought I
Right.
guess I thought there was no match next year, no match for this contract, so therefore,
Right, except for now that they're taking, they changed their mind about that. And we did have to include the match in at the end of the
Okay.
day on the grant. And then, what any PTMF funds we have will be used as match. But if they take those away, cause we're still not 100%, then then we have to match the full amount or we don't get the vehicles.
It's the normal 40
yeah,
days.
okay, thank you, yeah.
Yeah.
When does that decision needs to be made?
I believe I'm advertising the budget.
So as
Next
long as,
Wednesday?
we need to put it in the budget. It needs to be in the budget. Do we have a final figure what that's gonna be? Or we just go by that figure right now?
Whatever you guys put on the seated plan is what I have. Whatever is right here.
$40,000.
40,000 is
Oh
what it
yeah,
is.
40,000 for her.
40,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. I just want, does it need to be any more?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're asking for 51,000 now.
Right,
Yeah, am I
11 more.
Getting this right?
If it's doable, if not, I mean, we, understand, but that's gonna be a real pinch on us for trying to come up
Well,
with those extra funds.
That's what I was trying to get out of.
Yeah, oh, I'm
Plus-
sorry.
You know, with your muffle on, I have a little,
I
have
don't know,
a-
can I take that off or no? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here.
I'm not, I just want to make sure I got everything straight.
Yes, that is what I'm asking, but I
Okay.
know that has to come in the form of a letter, and since we just found this out so recently, I didn't have an opportunity to get that ready and get it sent over.
Well, that's
for
fine,
review.
but I just wanted to make sure
Yeah,
I completely understood this.
Right, and we are so grateful for the money that we do receive. Don had asked me, if we were gonna, if that was gonna be enough, based on the COVID. And it looks like, we could use just a little more help if it's available.
Okay. And I'm not exactly sure how to proceed with that. Is that something that should go to the council tomorrow?
Well, it'd probably be best because we've already sent in.
Our seated
Yeah.
The
budget.
CETA budget.
Yeah. Yeah,
But if we change it,
she should be here tomorrow, shouldn't she?
I would not hurt.
To talk to the
Secret.
council? I mean,
Oh, sure,
to explain to the council the additional 11,000,
yeah, I
Okay.
can do that. What
All
time
right.
is the meeting?
8 o'clock.
8 a.m.?
Can't tell you what time, but it didn't appear to be a long meeting, so,
Okay,
does it, from what I've seen? So, yeah, probably better be here about 8, because it may go fast, so.
okay, I can do
Okay,
that.
so,
All right.
Thank you.
have we voted yet
No,
Yes.
on me signing this?
no.
Oh no, the vote no.
We have not voted,
Yeah.
okay. So,
Motion was-
we have a motion and a second. All in favor of me signing the grant application, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Thank you. 08.
Do we need to take a vote on that additional out of the seated for recommendation to the council, or how do you want to
Yeah, I didn't know
handle
whether
that?
we needed a favorable pass. I wasn't sure.
Well, I move we recommend a favorable pass to the council on
Okay.
the senior citizens additional appropriation.
Okay.
Is that worded correctly?
Yeah.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to give a favorable pass to the council tomorrow for the additional funds. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign.
Thank you.
Is that what you need?
her in now.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it. Does
Thank you.
anybody have any questions for me?
Okay.
No, but we'll probably see you next
See you,
month.
see you tomorrow.
Yeah, oh, tomorrow, and
Cool.
next month probably. Thank you.
Thanks, Becky. Nathan Bilger, you're up next. Dang it.
Tackle the easy thing first. I have a plat here. It's a amended plat for Tincture's Resort, which is located down on South Raber Road, if I remember right. Yeah, Raber Road, almost to the South County line. And what they propose to do is simply to shift around the lot lines. This was originally platted back in 2018, I believe. And they've then since figured out that their original plan to keep the house for their kids, the old house for their kids, wasn't going to work out, so they're planning on selling it, and in doing that, they want to shift the lot line around one of the outbuildings, which means that it has to come before you again.
So if I remember right, then they were gonna build another house on the new lot someday.
Yeah, that was already, it's already been built.
Yeah.
So the right-of-way was already dedicated under the original Tincture Resort, so this is, the right-of-way part is basically a formality. What you're looking at is accepting the proposed easements, basically. Normally you look at easements and right-of-way. Plan Commission did approve it at their last meeting, and if you've got questions for me.
Okay. Any questions for Nathan?
No, I move we agree with the planning commission and approve this.
Okay, we have a motion to approve.
Tincture Resort amended plat.
Tincture Resort amended, okay?
I'll second.
I have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Thank you. And then the other thing that I had on the agenda is I wanted to present today. I don't expect you to take any action today because I think you probably want to investigate these people, but I've had two letters of interest submitted in the last month or so for our open plan commission seat, which you might recall needs to be a non-Republican due to state statute. You can only have a simple majority of one political party. And the seat's been vacant since Liz Deckard had to step down at the beginning of the year. And so it's been very difficult to try and find someone. Everybody who's been nominated so far has either failed due to residence requirements, political party affiliation, just other reasons. They've lost interest after finding out what was incorporated. So the two nominees are Joe Lopez, who recently just switched to voting Democrat, and then Ms. Kim, I forget her last name, Kurt Setzler. Mr. Lopez lives up in Thorn Creek Township, almost at Troy, right on the line, and then Ms. Kurt Setzler lives down in Jefferson Township. And so if you have questions or anything, I did pull their voting records, of course, and Ms. Kurt Setzler has historically voted always Democrat, and as I mentioned, Lopez has just recently, with the last election, did change. So I did have two additional nominees that were brought to me this morning who are truly Democrats. However, upon investigation, both of those nominees reside within municipal areas, one in Columbia City and one in Churubusco. So again, failed. So one of which would be a very optimal choice given her current profession, being in development-related fields. So I did suggest it to the mayor for her, for that plan commission, but unfortunately doesn't work out for the county. So my suggestion, unless you feel strongly, is to take these under advisement for the next meeting. And let me know if you have questions or if you wanna contact these people
Sure.
and so on.
Sure. I would entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion that we, take the two applications for the planning commission under advisement and, consider them at our next meeting.
Second.
All right, we have a motion on the floor to take the names under advisement and to come back at the next meeting. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Thank you. And just have two other quick updates since, if you don't mind, since I'm
No.
up here. I looked at our year-to-date permit counts, which I think I've mentioned before. Year-to-date, as of today, we had 513, and the day's not done. That is the highest year-to-date in August of any year except for 2017 back to 2018. That would be year-to-date as of the end of August. So, the beginning of August, we're as high as we normally are, higher than we normally are at the end of August. So that is not single family, that is all types of permits. Single family is still holding pretty much on average, slightly above now. We are starting to pick up a little bit. And we have a gob of permits still in pending, so way more than we normally do. A lot of people have submitted, so as those come through, those will still continue to increase. I will say that the office is feeling the pressure. It is very busy, and especially Michelle, who's our main permitting person. So, but still, again, it's a good thing to have. I know other communities don't have those pressures, and especially with COVID and so on. You never know exactly what might be going on.
Nathan, do you have any plans of how to relieve some of the pressure from Michelle?
For this year, I may need to start looking at what we're gonna do. For next year, I put into the requested budget to have a part-time person. But for this year, we probably need to start looking at, talking with the council on hiring at least a part-time person to help relieve some of this pressure. One idea was to use a person from the clerk's office to kind of timeshare a day or two, and that unfortunately isn't going to work out due to the obligations with the clerk's office. But yeah, at this point,
Well, don't let your help get
yeah, we're
aggravated.
We're definitely, yes, exactly. We're definitely trying to shift around job responsibilities and deprioritize things and so on. But again, customer service is our top priority.
Good.
And,
Good.
and that's where we have to focus, so.
Good, okay.
And then another quick update, comp plan status. We've met a couple times with the steering committee now and with the consultant. We have bi-weekly meetings set up with each. The first public workshops are slated for September. Should be in person, COVID permitting, but we will have additional remote options as well, which were part of the plan, but a little bit more detailed than originally accounted for. And then the steering committee will be meeting with them directly on August 19th, and we'll be doing a tour and stuff August 19th. So that's our first big milestone, is that countywide tour to show them what's working, what's not, whatever, feet on the ground sort of situation. So if you've got any thing that you want to relay to me, let Tom know since he's on the committee, or relate to me about must-see places, or don't show them that, whatever, and we'll include that.
I want the other two commissioners, if you think of areas in the county that these consultants really need to see in person, jot those down.
Okay,
You know, something like Nathan said, something that's really not working or is working exceptionally well, or
I see, okay.
You know, like your sewer project.
Okay,
Yeah, our industrial areas, I think, are kind of a highlight. They seem to be working well. Just tossing that out there. But there, of course, are other areas that you may think of hey, this might be a place that we want to spoke. It's an example case study of what we're concerned with, so. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Nathan.
I had a chance to review the claims and found nothing significant to find, so I would entertain a motion to approve the claims.
I'll make a motion to approve the payroll claims as presented.
And I'll move we pay the regular expense claims. We'll
Okay.
probably better wait, we better vote on the other one first.
Okay, your account payable,
I second George.
Payroll, mine's payroll.
yours is payroll.
Yeah.
I
And you
second it.
second that. All in favor, raise your right hand. Okay, and for the AP,
I move to, we approve the regular claims.
Second.
all in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Thank you. Okay, next we have the minutes of the July 20th meeting.
Move we approve them as written.
You have a motion to approve?
Second.
Have a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Got any easements, Jen?
I do not. I do have one thing now, if that's okay. I have one thing, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Paula did give me a letter. It's just that she said this is to request your approval of the Community Corrections Advisory Board and Executive Committee meeting dates listed below. And she attached a list of board members for your review. So if you want to take a look at that. But it's all for next year, so.
Meeting dates. Right? That's what we're approving?
Yes.
Meeting dates, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I'd make a motion that we approve the Community Corrections Advisory Board meeting dates for 2021.
Okay, you have a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Is there anything, there's nothing for us to sign, right?
No, I don't see it.
No, we just have to approve the dates.
It's just in the record now?
Oh, you have to sign for me.
Ooh.
Your signature there.
Okay. Motion for me to sign.
I'll amend my motion for the chairman to sign.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, raise your right hand. Oh, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate that. Matt, anything else for us today, buddy?
Nope, I don't have anything else.
Okay. Jana, any permits or anything?
Nope.
Nope,
That's all I
okay.
had.
George?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay, I just got a couple things. I want to make a public announcement that Jennifer Shinneberry has been promoted to HR. And so the administrative assistant position is open for another week? To the end of this Wednesday, okay. It was posted as provided, so that's, welcome, Jennifer. Thank you very much for doing that. We have not really done anything with this, and so I'm looking for some guidance to either and get one for you and one for Matt, okay? So let me give some background for the public here. We were approached about asking the Board of Commissioners to approve the Second Amendment rights, constitutional right. And whereas we didn't really have a problem with that, we all have guns, we all agree that Second Amendment's very important to us, but I got to thinking that aren't all the constitutional rights important? It's pretty hard to me to pick one over the others. They were probably well thought out by men in wigs, but nonetheless, I think it's important. And so I have revised the resolution, and it says it would be a resolution of Whitley County Board of Commissioners in support of the Constitution of the United States and declaring Whitley County as a constitutional rights protection county. So I'm just looking for guidance, either say let's go with it or let's not. I just wanted to bring it out. Matt, your thoughts?
Yeah, my thoughts are the same as we talked about before, is I don't particularly have a problem with the resolution. The problem that I foresee is how people interpret it. And
Okay.
because everybody has a different, or not everybody, but lots of people have a different view of what their constitutional rights are. For example, we have somebody who comes to our sewer board meetings pretty consistently and thinks the entire process is unconstitutional.
Yeah.
That he will wave this right in our face and say, well, you promised now to uphold the Constitution and now you're not.
Yeah.
That same person doesn't pay his property taxes because he doesn't think he has to, because his interpretation of the Constitution. And so it's just, it's just one of those things that can be used to argue anything in every direction. And at the end of the day, I don't care. I mean, I agree with what this says.
Yeah.
I'm just
yeah.
worried about the impact.
But-
And
Yeah, I guess my thought about this whole thing is that when we're sworn in to obey the laws of the United States and the Constitution.
Correct.
And to me, this is just supporting that fact. I mean, it's.
And I don't disagree with that at all. I mean, it's just,
Yeah, we do have to swear.
I just guarantee we'll hear.
So,
Yeah.
This will be used at some point to say, aha, you know, you promised and now you're not doing it based on somebody else's interpretation of what the Constitution is.
yeah, my comment is, don't we already do it?
Well, exactly.
Well, I'd like to think so. I think it's a wonderful thing, and yeah, I think we already do it. But
So I'm not sure there's a need to do it again or sign this, because we are all sworn in to do it when we took this job.
yep,
Not that it,
can't disagree with you.
I
So
mean, I'm not telling you from a legal standpoint, one way or the other, whether you should or you shouldn't do it. I mean, the way I read it, I mean, absolutely, you guys are all doing that and agreed to do it already. It's just like anything, the implication of doing something you're trying to do is a good thing to express something, then ends up turning around by.
It'd be used against you.
Yeah, 'cause-
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
but it, not effectively, it will just be used with the same.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw out the request for a motion. If I hear no motion, we're done. So, would anybody like to make a motion that we approve this resolution? Hearing none. We're done. Thank you. Appreciate it. And then I had. Oh. Can't say whether this is true or not. Don't know. And I know you could say it was on Facebook, and if it's on Facebook, it has to be true. You can say that, okay? But allegedly, there's a protest this afternoon from 5 to 9, I believe it is, at the courthouse. Protest on the policemen and to defund the policemen. So I will say, as a matter of public knowledge, we have received no permits for any type of function on the courthouse lawn this date. Now, if it's true and they meet on the exterior sidewalk around the courthouse, that's not our bailiwick, that's the city's bailiwick. So I just wanted to bring that up in case anybody's heard it, or you want to be cognizant of the fact.
Or if you want to attend.
Yeah. So, okay. Does anybody in the audience have anything for us? No? Negative? Okay.
Sorry,
Nope, I'm
after
sorry.
looking at this really quick, I looked at the last page, and I think we need to approve the whole board to, or just sign it.
Oh,
because
that, yeah, okay, I got you.
Sorry, I just wanna make sure you didn't make a motion before we close the meeting.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Didn't see that one.
Motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn.
That's my favorite motion.
Second.
Jay, we're out of here. Thank you.